Hello everyone. So good morning. I'm just going to check the chat is working. Alright, chat looks like it's working. Everything looks good. Let's get to it. So what I am going to do today is yesterday I showed you how to get the cool faux leather effects. I haven't trimmed this one up yet, but it came out absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So we did this one yesterday, and we did a beautiful gift notebook, faux leather gift book. Hi Lisa. Hi Mum. And now this is properly dry. Look at the shimmer on that. Can you see that shimmer? That's the Aztec Metallics. So the same quality of mica to make the shimmer in the Aztec Metallics is what is in the sprinklets. So this is what we did yesterday, and today what I'm going to show you is what to do with your 12x12 paper that you don't like. Now, if you're like me and you've been crafting for quite some time, you've got mountains of 12x12 paper that came in books, and you can still see this came out of a book. It's got the glue binder on it, and this was a whole 12x12 book, and these are all the ones out of that 12x12 that I didn't like. So I think it was We Are Memory Keepers. It was an old one that I got from QVC. That tells you how long ago this one was. That one's actually quite, it's not so bad, not so bad. But quite a lot of these are really awful. I mean, look at that. And that one, not so bad, but you know, not so good either. These flowers, I don't know why, but I really don't like these flower ones. They're not good, not good. So what I like to do is I like to decorate and distress and do the whole piece. So I'm going to start with the one that's on top, because this one is the most disgusting one. I mean, it's not even a nice colour. I mean, look at it. It's really not nice. I used to think when I got the pads, you know, like, why did they put these horrible ones in the paper pads? But you know, one man's junk is another man's treasure. That's how it goes, I think. Right, are we ready? So what I'm going to start with first of all is a brayer. And I keep this brayer for paint, just for paint. And you can see it is a mess. It's got paint coming off it, it's got dried lumps of paint, it's got cat hair, it's got Angelina fibre on it too. So this is what I use as my messy brayer. So I'm not bothered what state this is in. If you're going to use a nice brayer that you use for doing really cool ink effects, then I don't recommend that you do it with paint. Keep a nice brayer for ink and keep a messy brayer. They're not exactly expensive. So, and this one gives really good texture because it's so messy. So doing this kind of technique is really great. What I want to do first of all is, because this is so bright and in your face, I need to tone it back. So I'm going to take a colour called Titan Buff, and Titan Buff is a really, really nice neutral wheaty kind of colour, and this one is in our Eco Acrylic range. And I did say yesterday, when you get the Eco Acrylic paints, if you get a normal size one, it comes in a pot like this, and if you get a giant one, it comes in a pot like this. I highly recommend getting the bigger ones, because the bigger ones, you just get a lot more for your money. they're not exactly expensive as it is. But what I've done is I've decanted them into these because I like to travel a lot and I work away a lot, and I like to go in my art journal while I'm in bed, and I like to doodle and stuff. So I put them in these, so when it falls over, I don't get it all over my bed or all over everything. And yeah, I just really like these. I was asked yesterday where I got these from, and I basically got them from eBay. So they just liquid dispenser tops. I don't know. They were listed under the e-cigarette category. So now I'm just going to brayer this on. And you can see already that that horrible pink and orange is just being knocked back. I mean, the tone of this pink and orange doesn't even go together. It really doesn't. So knocking it back is really the best thing for it. And I also got these so you can write things with them as well. Look, can do. Boop, Claire. I don't have any kitty visitors today, so we're doing well. Saying that, the door's probably going to come barging open any minute and Stumpy will find me. Okay. So that original bright orange and that pink has all been toned down just a little bit. I mean, we do want to keep a little bit in the background. We're not going to take it out completely, you know. We do want it to actually look, you know, and give a bit of an effect. So, but just turning it and knocking it back. So I'm just going to give that a quick dry, and then we'll go on again. If when you drain your paper warps like this is, if you turn it over and heat it from the back, what's happened is you've taken all of the moisture out of the front and the moisture is just left in the back. So if you give it a quick heat on the back, it'll flatten out again. That's all that is. Oh, this camera does not like white today. There we go. Ooh, this refocuses it really good. I think I should keep hold of that instead of using it. Right, the next I'm going to go in with, let's see. I mean, I could change the colour completely. And I do want it to be, they do need to go with the orange and pink a little bit. So I think if I go these three, so these are the purple, the turquoise and the crimson from the Eco Acrylic range. And then add in some shimmer. I could go for the coral on the shimmer or the pink on the shimmer, or even the silver. No, I don't think the silver, but the new gold. No, I want it brighter than that, I think. What about the copper? Yes, the copper and the pink. Morning, Alison. Right, let's get in. Ooh, we're in that room over there. I've got a light here and it's just stopping me from. So give these a bit of a shake because they've been sat for a while. gonna first do some purple. So the purple is the darker tone, so I'm starting off with the darker tone. And don't forget to go off the edge as well. And change direction which way your brayer is going as well, and it'll blend it out. And it's starting to get really warm as well, so it's going to dry pretty quickly. Oh, I put my finger in it. See how much of a difference the tight and buff behind makes? You get the proper colour of the purple coming through. This is different to yesterday. What we've done, we've taken really rubbish 12x12 papers that you bought probably in the 2000s, and they were awful, so you never use them. So we are recycling these and making them pretty. So that was the purple. So the next one I'm going to go to is that really nice crimson. And I'm going to add in the crimson. I do like this crimson. It's like blood red. It is gorgeous. Look at that. I'm going quite sparingly with the crimson because I know how much of a strong colour it is, and I'm going to try and blend it out quite a bit because otherwise it'll overwhelm it. But you can see that orange and pink is already starting to disappear. On camera, the orange still looks really, really in your face, but in person, it's not. And if at any point it's too dark for you, what you can do is take some more Titan Buff, or if you really want to lighten it up, you can take some white and you can knock it back. So I'll show you how to knock it back. So if you've got a bit and it's not blended as you like it or as you want it to be blended, add in a bit of white. Can you see the difference that makes straight away? Don't blend the white out too much because otherwise it will just vanish when you blend it out into these darker colours. When you're blending it out, you're just going over it in different directions and you blend it out and blend it out. See how we're looking now? Starting to look really good. Hi Karen. So I'm going to add in a couple of bits of turquoise now because the turquoise is the lighter one of them. And also if you've done it too dark and your lighter colour won't show through, you can always put the white on and then go the lighter colour over the top. I am really enjoying these little bottles though. These are fab. And again with the turquoise, because it's the lighter colour, I'm not blending it out too much. And I obviously like the turquoise quite a lot because I put quite a lot on. So while I'm doing this, has anybody got any good plans for today or for the weekend? It's my other half's birthday today, so after this I'm gonna go and start making him a nice birthday cake. And I'm making him his favourite dinner, all from scratch, so that'll be food poisoning for us tomorrow. Hi Alison! 2 Alisons. Right, I'm gonna add in a bit of the Titan buff into a couple of places. Add in a bit more brightness. And next to the Titan buff, I'm going to add in some of that beautiful white, and then we're going to go shimmer. And then it's on to stamping and a bit of spraying and maybe a bit of texture. We'll see how it goes. We got plenty of time. Oh, I should have really done one that I had the other one, so you could see the difference in the finished pieces. Oh, I didn't think about that, did I? So I've left this one quite thick on the white and the Titan, so I'm just going to heat that and dry it a second. Hi Francis! It is starting to look a bit like a watercolour background. So that was very different from what we started off with. The one we started off with was the orange version of that pattern. So it's very, very different. It is drying really quickly today, but I just need it a bit drier for the next step. So I'm just going to flatten it out, take a bit of heat of the water out of the back. For the new ladies, if your paper is warping because it's dry and you're drying it with a heat tool, if you turn it over and heat it from the back, it'll go flat. So we're looking really good, really good. A little bit damp in a couple of places, but I can live with that, that's fine. Right, let me move my water pots out of the way. So I have some sponges, and these are just cut and dry sponges. I used to use them with my distress inks, but now they brought out new sponges. So these are really, really, really old, and they are great because what you do is you put them in a little net bag like this, and you put them in the washing machine and you wash them, and they're reusable. So they are fab. So I'm going to need a sponge. We decided on the copper and the pink, didn't we? So give these a little shake because I haven't used these for a while. They get shaken up in my travel case quite a lot, so I don't usually have to, but because they've been sat for a while. Oh, come on. So get some shimmer on there. So this one is the pink. Woof. I put out a bit too much there. I definitely need to blend that out quite a bit. The whole thing is going to be shimmery at this rate. But it's fine because we like the shimmer. You can't really beat a Brusho for blending paint. You really can't. They're so good. I'm going to add a little bit of copper. Not so much copper as I did then. You can see how we're coming on. Look at the shimmer on that. Oh, it's massive. Okay, a bit less with the copper. Because that pink went crazy. Whoop. Now the copper went crazy. All happens on live TV, doesn't it? And don't forget to go right off the edge. Oh, that copper is lush. I think the copper in the shimmer everything that Colourcraft do is my favourite. And the bronze, the bronze has got a mixture of shimmers in. And I think it really is. Copper and bronze, my favourite. I'm a vintage kind of girl, so you know, that's probably why. So you can see, oh, if I can get it without showing the shimmer. Now here's a challenge, getting it without shimmer. So you can see we've still got the turquoise peeking through. We've got that beautiful crimson in places, but we did knock the crimson back quite a bit because it was very, very dark, and we got the purple. So that original orange and pink is pretty much, you can only see it around the edges where I was a bit lighter. It's pretty much almost disappeared. So we pretty much just got rid of that. Right, let's get a bit of stenciling. So we sell the Crafters Workshop stencils, so that's what I use, but any stencil will work. Don't feel like you have to buy something new if you want to do this. Let's find a nice one. That one's nice. Oh, the nebula. We are shimmery, so maybe we should use the nebula a bit. We've got trees. You know what? Let's use the nebula. I got some ooh, feathers. Get them out. So we've got some feathers. I love the feathers. They're were they a special one? Julie Faye Fan Balzer. I think they were. She does a lot of stuff for Crafters Workshop, doesn't she? We got the ammonites as well. The wall. Oh, I should keep that one out because next week I'm going to do some expand it, and show you how to use expand it. And the wall one just looks really good in expand it. Yeah, let's go for them. I'm going to do this one first. So to add a bit of texture on, oh, need to dry it a little bit, it's a bit too wet. So my goal of the final, what I'm going to do with this piece is cut it up and use it for backgrounds. Could cut it into strips and turn it into a book. A little ATC book, cut it up because you can get loads of ATCs out of a 12 by 12. Ooh, ATC book sounds good. Look at the shimmer. You can't beat that shimmer, can you? It's crazy shimmer. That's better. Right, I'm gonna give myself a little pool of white. And I need some more white, I think. And load up my sponge. And just get in there. So you'll notice when I'm sponging, I'm going straight up and down. I'm not going round, I'm not pushing. If you push or go around or swirl, what will happen is you will push your paint under your stencil. Ah, oh, look at that. That looks absolutely stunning. I need a bit more paint. Didn't put enough on my sponge. My sponge has soaked it all up. That is absolutely. These ones are the shimmery ones are the Aztec metallics. Aztec as in the Aztec nation. You know, the lost city of gold. And the coloured ones are called Aztec luster. So that's the shimmery ones, and the other ones are the eco acrylic. So they're all made by us, handmade in Sheffield, and they're the eco acrylics, or just normal acrylics, basic same thing. Let's turn that. I'm going to go off the edge this time. And the Aztec metallics will actually paint out black. I did try and find my sample book that I usually take to shows, but I put it somewhere safe. So that pretty much says what's happened to that. Let's do a smaller one over here. Gosh, I'm loving this stencil. I really am. I did make a nebula out of Brusho sprays and powders, and I did it onto Luchador, and I did the expanding medium, and I expanded the expanding medium that I put through this and turned it into an actual 3D nebula, and it was amazing. I did it at a show onto the Luchador that we used when we did the transfer dyeing, but I can't find it. I thought it was in my case, but I've emptied my case out and it's gone. Oh, I should put some little stars in between. Look at that, it's coming out great. All from a bit of paper that I didn't really like or want. Cracking, isn't it? Amazing what you can do. So if you don't have the, I think these sponges are getting a bit too old. These are what I bought when I first started crafting, so they're probably about 12 years old, 10, 12 years old. Oh, I'm really loving this nebula. Really loving it. So an ATC is an artist trading card, and you can do also artist trading coin. Artist trading card is always the same. It is 2.5 by 3.5 inches rectangle, not square. I'm going to say square then. Yeah, the sponge is falling apart. It's too old. You could use a kitchen sponge. Yep, I was just given up. I use the other side to finish the last bit. I only need one more, maybe two more. So you can have a coin shaped, which I've got my ATC punch here. So if you're doing it as a coin, you want a 2.5-inch circle punch. This one is a EK Success Tools 2.5-inch circle punch. And what you do is you make your piece, which these are really good because doing backgrounds like this, you can, oh, lawnmower. So doing backgrounds like this, you can just then cut them out and then you'll have matching ones and then you decorate the top and then you trade them to people and you put your details on the back so they can trade them to you, and it's all good fun. There is lots of groups around that do actually do active trades with artist trading cards. So here we go. And then look at the shimmer. Now where I've put the white over the top, that's covered the shimmer, so you're getting the non-shimmery spots. That is really good, really good. I like that one. I like that one very much. And to finish it off as a background, what I'm going to do is get a little bit of black. I haven't transferred my black over into one of these bottles yet. So you'll get them coming like this, and they are full to the top. So this one I haven't actually used for quite some time. I'm not using fabric paint, so I'm just quite happy to wipe it off onto a cloth, because then I put these in the washing machine and wash them. If I was using fabric paint, I wouldn't. I'd wipe it off on tissue, because otherwise it will be there pretty much forever. Oh, the neighbours across the road lost their fence in the storm that we had earlier this year, end of last year, and then we had 2 in a row and they lost them. So if you're hearing weird noises, that's what that is. Now I'm putting some black lines in, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that I stay to horizontal and vertical. I'm not going diagonal, because if I randomly put a diagonal line in, it's going to look completely out of place. What I find a lot of people do is when they put in lines, if you don't stick to the same direction, then it looks odd and it looks out of place and your eye doesn't know where to look. So they wonder why the piece doesn't look very as good, or it doesn't look as appealing as other people. It's because you've gone diagonal. So if you've done a load of vertical and horizontal lines and then you randomly go diagonal, it's just not going to look right. So all I'm doing is tapping in and tapping on. That was really good actually, putting another one on. I'm going to do that on these. And always make sure you go off the edge, and then it will always look like it was supposed to be there. It looks like it's a printed piece rather than a crafted piece, so it looks like that it's been done professionally, because a professionally done pattern will go off the edge. Now I've done 4 here, and really I should have done 5 because we need to be odd numbered. So I'm going to do a little bit over there. Looking good. Odd numbers also look better than even numbers. Always do odd numbers of things. Looking good. Hi Sarah. Bye Karen, thanks for joining. Right, I'm gonna highlight that with some white and we'll call this one done and go on to the next one. And because I can, I'm gonna, oh, Angelina. I'm gonna highlight with the white directly. So you could do this with a gel pen, or you could do it with a paintbrush, or you could do it with this scraping. But I want a really, really bright in-your-face white, and I'm doing it all on the same side, you see. So I'm going to do it with directly with the tip, which is another reason why I wanted to put my paint into these tubes, because they are great. Right, done that side, so I'm going to go this side now. Need to remember what side I'm doing as I'm turning it around, because the black is quite wet, so I don't want to put my arm in it. I'm doing the top side. Have I got them all? Yes! So there we go. That is background done. Ready to cut up. Could do it as your journal pages, could cut some punches. You could look at the shimmer. Look at that. Card backgrounds. Oh, the shimmer is just real. The combination of the pink shimmer and then that beautiful bronze. It was the bronze, yeah. I keep saying copper, sorry, it's not, it's the bronze that we used. So the combination of the bronze on top, it's just lush, absolutely lush. Gorgeous. So we'll put that one aside and let's go and move on and do some different techniques on the next one. Right, I'm gonna get one that I've got two of, and I think it was this blue one. So then you can see the before and after. Maybe that one, have we got two of that one? I mean, look at that. Oh. Come on. There we go. I mean, look at that. Not nice, is it? There we go. I see two the same. Right. So I've got two the same, so I can show you the before and after this time. Should have thought about that the first time, but hey ho. So what I'm going to do with this one, I'm going to go slightly differently. Hi Steph. Right. I'm going to use some paste now. And I'm going to do quite a lot of stamping on this one. So we do soft foam relief paste, which is a 3D paste. It comes in loads of different colours, but today I'm using the transparent. Now the soft foam paste actually was a product designed to be used. I need to make sure this is completely. Don't want black in my transparent, do I? So soft foam paste was designed to be used on fabric. it is completely flexible, so you can put it onto a t-shirt, leave it to set, and then you cure it, and just with heat, just gentle heat, and it is washable in the washing machine once it's been cured and it's dry. You can stitch through it as well, so it's brilliant stuff. Also works really well on fabric, on paper. Now mine is about 7 years old, and it's starting to turn, so yours won't look like this. But even though it's like 7 years old, it does only have a 12-month pot life, which most pastes do. It still works just fine. So I'm taking the Ammonites stencil from Crafter's Workshop. And I'm just squeezing through. So when that's dry, it'll dry clear. And I've just got a line there that I don't like, so I'm just going to wipe it off. It just dry really quickly, so there's not something to worry about. Let's mush it about a bit, that's better. It kind of emphasizes the fact that, you know, you need to get your stuff out and use it, because craft products do go off. Get them out and use them, and this is a perfect way to do it. And even though it is starting to go because of its age, I mean, we don't even call it soft foam relief paste anymore. That's how old that one is. It's now called Design It Paste, because it's come. We've moved it into our mixed media and design range. It's still working just fine. To be honest, it'll probably work just fine on t-shirts still too. Oh. So I'm doing a nice textured background on the whole piece. And don't worry about your stencils either. They will just clean off with water. Hi, Tamara. Tamara, do you use your exhibitor passes in your crafting? I'm starting to think it's just me that keeps them and uses them. Because with knitting and stitch as an exhibitor, you get these really nice printed cards. And they're really flexible, they're really cool. Okay. So I will just leave that now. I'm not fussed about it. It will dry, it'll be fine. it'll peel off, because the Design It paste will just peel off. So I'm really not that fussed about that. And you can see I actually barely used any, which is why my paste is so old, because it is quite literally, I have tried to use it, but it just keeps on going because you use so little. Okay. And I want to take that bit off where I went over the edge. So look at that, all the beautiful ammonites. I keep wanting to call ammonites anemones, but they're not. It's ammonite, isn't it? Because it's a fossil. So I'm just going to lightly heat it. And if you're drying Design It paste or soft form relief paste or any paste, just be careful that you don't make it bubble. Okay, it's starting to dry now. See, it's drying nicely, starting to go clear. And another trick that you can do with the Design It paste when you're doing texture is if you put it down quite thickly and then you dry the top, just heat the top with a heat gun so the top goes, it like gets a seal over the top as the top dries before the inside dries. And then you stamp into it with a rubber stamp or a clear stamp, put a little bit of water on your stamp and then stamp into it. And a little bit, I mean literally dip your fingertips into some water and rub it on just as a lubricant. And then you stamp into it. You can actually make really cool textured paste. Okay. Bit hard to tell if I've got them all. I don't want to do the next layer if I haven't got them all. I think I have. Just going to heat underneath. Any questions while I'm drying this? Please ask. You can see them starting to go completely clear, so they're drying all the way through. Any colour suggestions for the next layer? I'm thinking staying similar to the colours that we've already got on the paper. And we're just going to disguise that pattern really. Oh, these are nearly completely dry. Okay, that'll do for now. So when I put it like this, you can barely see that there is anything actually there. Hi Karen! But when I pull it up, you can see there's a couple of bits that are still white, but that's because they haven't dried all the way through. But the top is nice and dry. The ones that have dried completely, you can't see at all. So it is just a texture in there. This one needs a bit more drying. Give that a little blast. And drying it from underneath as well makes sure that it's stuck properly and it's dried properly. So now this is going to resist pretty much anything that we put on the top of it. Oh look, there's some more Angelina. I haven't even used Angelina this week. What did I say the other week when I used Angelina? It gets everywhere. It really does. So I've got some sprinkle it on my table. And these are obviously the demonstration set because I go through mountains of it. So I have big ones. When you get sprinkle it, you have smaller ones. And I want to make see, I reckon gold sprinkle it. Yeah, this is looking very goldy to me. And I'm going to use some of the sprays that we made up yesterday. So we've got the, we did the Gamboge, we did the purple, we did the lime green, and I can't remember the blue. Cobalt blue. Yeah, we did the cobalt blue. So I'm going to use some sprinkle it and some of the sprays. Okay, so what you want for sprinkle it is a nice big fluffy brush. Like one of these. The best ones that I've found are ones that you get in makeup sets. You know, you buy a new makeup set and you get a really rubbish brush. A big fluffy rubbish brush. They're awful. They put on makeup like a child, so it makes you look awful. Them really bad quality brushes, they're fantastic for sprinkle it. The Brusho. So this is Brusho, Chris. You'll probably recognise it when you see the pot. And it's pure powder pigment. Beautiful watercolour pigment. High quality pigment. So what I've done here is I've put some Brusho into a spritzer. And I do it on the show yesterday, so if you have a look on the recap. And then I've topped it up with water and made it into a spray. So I'm just going to give this. One thing that we found out, thanks to Kim at Crafty Roo, is that when the sprinkle it is in transit and it's on a stock shelf and it's just kept that and it vibrates as you're transporting it, it separates. So this last time I had this open, it was on a train to from London, so it was sat like that, and so I'm giving it a good shake. Mix that back up. So if your sprinkler is not performing, what it could be is that it has separated, which we never knew happened until recently. So I'm taking a little bit on my brush and I'm going to tap it on. My window's open. There's a little bit of a breeze coming through. I don't know why, because it's not windy outside, but I can see it coming towards me. If you want an in-depth look, Chris, at Brusho, if you go to our friend Kim at Crafty Roo on Thursdays at 2 o'clock on her main page, Crafty Roo Designs. I don't have a link right now. Can Kim or Karen or Sarah might have a link to Crafty-Roo. Because of all the problems with Facebook, I've had to go onto a different browser, so I don't have it on this browser, and I forgot. I didn't think that I should have loaded it. But if you look up Crafty-Roo, R-O-O, you will find Kim, and she will be doing Brusho. She does Brusho every Thursday at 2 o'clock UK time. All right, I'm going to saturate this now. So this one is the Gamboge. And I could do it through a stencil again, but that would pretty much be a waste, I think, because we've already got the detail in the background. Got some green. So this is the lime green. Don't forget to do the edges and go off the edge, because paper does have an ending, but a design would go off the edge. Oh, look at that. That is coming up so good. I'm so pleased. So the Sprinkle It is brand new. And Sprinkle It, well, it's not brand new now. It was new. Sprinkle It, everyone kept asking for sparkly Brusho. So what we did, instead of making you get 40 new colours with a bit of shimmer in, what we decided to do, because it's Colourcraft and this is how we roll, we decided to just produce the shimmer. So in a box set, there will only ever be these 6. There's not going to be any more. Oh, thanks, Lisa. Lisa's got the link for you. Kim does a lot with Sprinkle It as well. I'm just going to finish this off and then I'll show you the Sprinkle It. So what we decided to do is just give you the shimmer. So the shimmer comes, and you can either buy them separately or in the box set, and they add shimmer. You can put your Sprinkle It on first and then your Brusho, or your Brusho on first and then you Sprinkle It. Pretty much up to you. Okay, so this is really, really wet, so I'm going to leave that for a minute. Now I can see my, let me see if I can zoom in. Now you can see here, right here, I've got a blob, and that's a blob of Sprinkle It which hasn't got enough water for it to spread and to do what it needs. So all I'm going to do is take a paintbrush with some clean water, and I'm just going to tap it on that blob. What has happened is the binder hasn't got enough water. That's all. So a little paintbrush, a little bit of water. You can see here. All it is that binder just needs a little bit more water to work. So Sprinkle It is either a mica powder or a glitter. I'll zoom out again. With a binder. And that binder makes it permanent. So once it's dry, it will stick. That's what the binder does. And when it's wet, you can't see the mica. It's the bizarrest thing. It looks like there's none there, but trust me, once it's dry, it is there. So you can see it's dried, it's drying right nicely over here, but you can see that shimmer coming through, especially on that ammonite. Look at that. So I'm just going to let that dry, and I'll just open the box and I'll show you, Chris. So that's what the label looks like. You always get it in a white box. You don't get the box this big. This is my demonstrator box because I quite literally go through loads. In your box you get our usual information sheet and how to use it. There's the tubs that you get. So it comes in 6 different colours. 3 are mica powder and 3 are glitter. So you get copper, pearl and gold. Is it going to focus? No, it's not going to focus for me. Maybe. No. So I'll show you what it looks like. So this is the mica one and this is the copper. So in there is mica powder, really the high quality one, the same that we use in the Aztecs, and it's got a binder, and that binder is activated by water. Now you also get ones that are glitter. And we've got violet, holographic, which we call flash, and then golds, and that's glitter. So you can actually see the binder really well in the glitter ones. So can you see in there, you can see that's the violet one. Can you see the glitter shining? And then it's got like whitey, yellowy, chunky stuff around it. That's the binder. So we do sell them individually. Kim has them individually. I don't think we've got them individually on our website, but I know Kim has them individually. Or you can buy them in the box set. And the box set for all 6, I think it's around £14–15 for all 6, I think. Don't quote me on that one. It's not more than, they're not expensive. They're very reasonable. Kim does an offer if you buy 12. I think it's 12. No, so if you buy 3, you get a discount. Usually at shows. I don't know what she does online on her offers, but if you see her at a show, she does do offers on them. But it does work out cheaper for you if you buy just the box set. But if you, she's definitely got them on her website. We've got them on our website, but they're not expensive at all, and they last for ages. They're about 2 years old now, and I got this as my demonstrator set. And as you can see, I barely used any, but I use it all the time, and I use quite a lot. But you can't even tell that I've actually used them. And my workshop set, which are these size pots as well, the same. You can barely see it's actually being used. They are fantastic. Right, so this is starting to dry now, and the binder's starting to set. I can see the binder starting to set, so I'm happy to put my heat gun on it. Normally I like to leave the sprinkle it to dry naturally, but I'm going to speed it up because the only big bit is where I added that extra water for the binder. So I'll give it a quick dry so you can see the shimmer. While I'm just drying this, what would you like me to show you next week? Because I've not got any idea. So please give me some suggestions. I do want to do the expanding media. So I'm going to do expanding media one day. So we're going to use the expand it, which is the paste that you paste out and you heat it and it goes mad. It's great. But what do you want me to do the other day? So I like to do 2 different things. So I'm going to do expand it on Wednesday. What do you want me to do on Thursday? Let me know. Do you want me to do some more mixed media stuff like this and like the other page that we did? Or would you like me to do some more fabric stuff? It is really up to you. Yes, it will work with fabric, Chris, but it wouldn't be permanent on fabric. The binder is a paper binder. If you wanted it to, the sprinkle it to be permanent on fabric, you'd need to mix it with a binder. Like you could do it with the Design It paste, or what was previously the soft form paste. or you could do, we mix it with fabric medium, and that would make it permanent on fabric. All right, let's have a look. So this one, look at that shimmer. Can you see it? If just here, if I can tilt it right, it's really hard to show on camera. Still a bit wet, but look at the shimmer. Can you see it? So because the shimmer has gone all down into the creases of the paste that we did, it just looks awesome. So that's how the page came out. And this is what it started out like. So that was what we started with. And this is what we ended with. And I can kind of see where we match up on the paper. And if I turn the paper that way, that is the same direction. So can you believe it, that that is the same piece of paper? Yep, there's the flower. You can just see that flower coming through. So we've gone from that to that. So that's a piece of paper that I would not have used, and it's just basically going to sit there forever. And now we've turned it into a piece of paper that we will use, because that, I mean, look, oh, look at that. You can see that shine there. Look at. And the other one that we did, I don't know a before on that one because I didn't think about it, and I just picked up one that I didn't like, really didn't like. So this one we did, and that one, the shimmer is from the metallics, and that's done with that beautiful nebula stencil. We do have that nebula stencil. Look at the shimmer. It looks so good. It looks even better in person, especially that bronze shimmer. Look at it. So the products we used today were the Eco acrylic paints. We used the Aztec metallics and the Aztec luster paints, and then we used some Design It paste. It's not called soft form paste anymore, it's called Design It paste. And of course we use Brusho, because, you know, why not? It's Brusho. Alright, so that's it for today. I'm going to go now and bake my fella a birthday cake. So that's me for the afternoon. I will see you at 2 o'clock. I will be on Kim's stream as a follower watching along. So I will be on her stream at 2 o'clock on her page, which Lisa lovely linked in the comments for us. Thank you so much for watching. I love it that you spend an hour of your day with me. And I will see you again next week, where we will be doing the the Expand It paste. And my favourite part of the show will be the burning of Luchador, because you put the Design It paste on and then you take a heat gun and you burn it. I like the burning part. But hey ho, that just says a little bit about me than I really should put out there. I really like burning things. Not like an arsonist kind of burning things, don't get me wrong, but I just like distressing things. I'm really putting my foot in it here, aren't I? So I'm going to shut up now, and I will see what I can do fabric wise for you next week, Chris, on Thursday. So Wednesday is going to be expanding paste and the distressing and really cool stuff, and Thursday, if you can let me know specifically what you want me to do fabric wise, then like if you want me to do some dyeing or things. I've got some cotton tops actually that I want to dye, so we could do a bit more tie dyeing next week if you want. That sounds fun. And I've got some new baskets as well. I've got one here actually. Oh no, I don't, I moved them. But I've got some baskets from Lidl, and they're going to be awesome for ice dyeing. If it's warm enough next week, we could do some ice dyeing on Thursday. Ice dyeing sounds like a plan. We love ice dyeing. I haven't made it yet, Mum. I think I might have to get you to come up here and make him a carrot cake, because I'm not sure what to make. I don't know. If I'm coming down in half an hour, you know to run, because I'm pretty much going to be coming to get you to come make carrot cake. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you again next week. Bye.